because it's actually transforming lives. So मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, we're creating an army. We're creating an army that's going to change the country from within. We're creating an army of very strong girls who are empowered, who believe. You know, when they come in, they always say, अच्छा पूछो उनको क्या बनना चाहते हो? So they'll always say, टीचर बनना चाहते हैं, गरीबों को फ्री पढ़ाई कराना चाहते हैं. डॉक्टर बनना चाहते हैं, गरीबों का फ्री इलाज करना चाहते हैं. This is the nobility. किसी के आप एक लड़की के मुंह से नहीं सुनोगे मुझे पैसे कमाने. They're always internally so strong and noble. They just needed that platform. And it's amazing to see transformation of kids who've, you know, literally been on the streets. And you see them a year later after they've come into our school, they're physically transformed because we also feed them. हम पढ़ाई लिखाई, खाना पीना, पालन पोषण, healthcare, कपड़े, पैर के जूते से लेके सर के तेल तक, you know, we take care of them with all our heart and we give them everything that we can with in quality. तो उसकी वजह से you just see them transform. भूरे भूरे बाल होते हैं, malnourished children के, they just completely transform. I wish we had pictures. I wish we had an audiovisual presentation to show you actual cases over the years of so many girls, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases, now in the thousands, that we've managed to transform completely. So it's not just a physical transformation, but also a mental one. क्योंकि बहुत सारी बच्चियां हैं जिन्हें जैसे child prostitution में बेचा हो, उन्हें समझ भी नहीं आया कि मेरे साथ क्या हुआ है और क्यों हुआ है. They've been physically abused by men twice their age, twice their size. And to get out of that damage, the kind of, I mean, we don't have the infrastructure of having, you know, the best child psychologists or the best psychiatrists in the world. But what we do have is absolutely unconditional love. और जब हम उन बच्चों को प्यार देते हैं, उनको इज्जत देते हैं, उनकी रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, इसीलिए मैंने नाम देवी भी रखा था. We came up with the name Devi for that, to give them that sense of respect about themselves. You see the transformation, you see the healing, you see them, you know, we were talking about you being a brown belt. Every time I go to Vrindavan, they all come out there and they perform. And I shouldn't say this, but those girls are thrashing all the boys.
Oh, they are. Absolutely.
They're winning medals at the state level, they're winning medals and hopefully very soon at the national level. And I'm pretty confident they'll represent India in terms of martial arts pretty soon, gymnastics pretty soon. हम जितना कर सकते हैं, we don't do it like if you see a government school and the facilities there versus what we provide. What we provide, people think, यार तुम इतने कम में कैसे चला लेते हो? And that's only because of that degree of commitment. हम चाहते हैं, जितने लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं सब volunteers हैं. ये जो इतने सबको introduce कर रहा है लेकिन खुद के बारे में कुछ नहीं बता रहा है, he's a very successful actor. He's a very well-known personality in UK and among the British Asian stars. He's up there. But he's so committed and is 100% volunteer. He gives so much of his time for this organization. So I think that's what makes the magic happen. People come forward and say, let's make a difference. And then you measure that difference in the quality of life. You measure that difference in each success story. Each girl is a success story. हमारे पास आजकल ऐसे होता है कि आज भी इस देश में जो हम 25 साल 30 साल पुरानी पिक्चरों में देखते थे कि बेटी हुई तो उसको कूड़े के डब्बे में फेंक दिया. आज भी वृंदावन में कभी कभी हमारे साथ ऐसे केस होते हैं कि कूड़े के डिब्बे में जहाँ पे कुत्ते वगैरह आते हैं, कौवे आते हैं खाना खाने के लिए, यंग न्यूबॉर्न बेबी को, गर्ल चाइल्ड को फेंक दिया जाता है. एंड यू नो व्हाट द फर्स्ट थिंग पीपल डू, इवन इफ दे आर फ्रॉम द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, दे पिक देम अप एंड दे ब्रिंग देम टू अस बिकॉज यू नो यहाँ ठीक रहेगी. हम भले ही इसकी ठीक से देखभाल कर पाएं कि नहीं कर पाएं, यहाँ ठीक रहेगी. दैट्स व्हाट वी हैव अर्नड. दैट्स द लव एंड रिस्पेक्ट दैट वी हैव अर्नड लोकली आल्सो. So yeah, this is great. Coming to the fun part, we do something like this every year to raise money for the project, which empowers the girls through education. And I think when you educate a girl, you educate a whole family, right? You educate the whole nation. So we're building a greater and a better India and a better world, a more responsible world, an equitable world. And it's such a fun way to do it. These crazy people out here are going to ride a rickshaw from Mumbai to Kanyakumari. I don't know how. हम अगर मुझे कोई बोले कि आप रिक्शे में सिर्फ पीछे बैठो मुंबई से कन्याकुमारी तक, मैं कहूँगा यार रहने दो. I'm sorry, but no. I'm actually very jealous of all these people because I feel that every time they do all these cool things and every time I plan कि इस बार तो मैं करूँगा, I'm going to go with these guys, I'm going to do this trip, you know, especially Kilimanjaro. I was so excited about climbing Kilimanjaro. But every time it's either shooting or some other work, a whole bunch of activities, so I miss out on it. So I'm going to let these guys go have the fun. But on Monday morning at 7:30, right outside here, outside Sun and Sand. 8:30. 8:30. You want to sleep an extra hour? Yeah. At Monday morning at 8:30, we're going to launch this. We're going to flag off the ride from Mumbai to Kanyakumari. I'm going to attempt getting in the front of the rickshaw and trying to ride it a little bit, and I'm hoping that I won't topple it to the left or the right, because it's very difficult to balance. And I'm shocked that you've been training just one day and you're confident enough to ride. Okay, best of luck.
1 hour actually. So far it was 1 hour.
Training, 1 hour. Yeah.
And
So my only prayer is they go safely and they reach safely in the rickshaw from Mumbai to Kanyakumari. But it's really cool to see they're doing this, because when they're doing this, every time they do one of these kind of events, every time they do a challenge like this, people from all over the world, they come and back the challenge and they raise money. So each one of these people, there are 15 of them that are riding, each one that's riding is backed by many, many people who are supporting it and saying, look, you're doing this, I'm going to put 100 pounds behind you, or 200 pounds behind you, or 1,000 pounds behind you. And that kind of just keeps building up the corpus, and that money is used for us to be able to educate and take care of these girls. And we do it at an unbelievable price. We do it at 18 to 20,000 rupees a year. And that includes everything. I'm talking about computers, karate classes, gymnastics, Odissi dancing, classical music, a full education, clothes, food, nutrition, healthcare, all of it.
And
I don't think anybody else is doing it at that price, and we are, because we're really, really dedicated and committed to this cause. So, yeah. So all those people who are watching this in every corner of India and every part of the world, please get in touch and contribute, come forward and help us make this incredible army of girls that are going to change the world. Thank you.
I just have one question before we open up to everyone. One question for Vivek Bhai. Your time is so busy. I mean, I've seen it personally. And I'm sure you must get requests from so many charities to help them with them. Why us?
Because of this guy.
Okay.
Because most charities that I see that some of them have passion, some of them have commitment, some of them have an infrastructure, an organization. But Hamesha, what I look for is the administrative and miscellaneous costs when I see their paperwork. And that's always in the high 30s or 20s up there. So that means that every rupee that you, or every 100 rupees that you donate to that charity, 30 or 40 or sometimes 50, in some of the international charities, 60 or 70 rupees out of that goes towards salaries and administrative costs, and basically you're paying for some dude who heads an organization and drives around in a Mercedes-Benz. So you're paying for his diesel and you're paying for his car and his EMI rather than paying for the cause. And what I love about this organization is that that figure is almost nothing. It's negligible. It's 6.6%. How do you run an organization in 6.6% of everything that you raise? So that means 74% of everything that, no, 94% of everything that you raise, 94% of everything that you raise goes to actually the cause, to actually educate those girls, to actually feed them good quality food. And that's why we're so open. हम छुपाते नहीं हैं, हम कहते हैं यार जिसको आना है देखना है, आओ देखो, see what we're doing, collaborate, become a part of us. So many of you are young journalists here. When the didis who do different professions, when they come to our school and they just do an interaction, एक दिन का interaction की दीदी आप क्या करते हैं, हम ये करते हैं. It's so funny, जब मैं पहले पूछता था तो सब कहती थी टीचर बनना है, डॉक्टर बनना है, क्या बनना है बेटा बड़े होके, डॉक्टर बनना है भैया. अच्छा. Then one day I took Sushmita with me, Sushmita Sen. Sush Didi, पूरा हंगामा हो गया वहाँ पे. And Sush is also so loving. She came and she spent actually 2 days with us in the school and interacted with all the kids. उसके कुछ दिन बाद, I asked them, बच्चे क्या बनना है? So I had 5 or 6 of them telling me, भैया Miss Universe बनना है. So it's the kind of impact. उनके मन में अभी ये बात ही नहीं आई है कि हम ये कर सकते हैं. So the minute you expose them to say, अच्छा लड़कियां भी जर्नलिस्ट बन सकती हैं, अच्छा लड़कियां भी ये कर सकती हैं, लड़की पायलट बन सकती है, they start to imagine कि this is possible. So even if you come and spend some time with them, you give them a dream. And that's my only submission. Don't give them money. Give them a dream, give them hope, give them love.
Thank you very much, Vivek Bhaiya. I just want to follow up on to have a female prime minister.
Yes, absolutely.
And we followed not far after you with Mrs. Thatcher.
Right.
We now have Mrs. May. And I look forward to the day when, as Vivek was saying, these ladies, these girls will become ladies. They'll become part of society. And I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And it will happen, I hope, in our lifetime. But one of these days, one of our children will become the Prime Minister of this great nation.
Yeah, I
and
hope
that
so.
will be a great testament. So please send your blessings to these children. And Vivek Bhai also talked about the danger involved and sending prayers. So we look for your prayers and the prayers of this nation for our safekeeping. So thank you very much. I'm going to open the floor up to questions now to anybody here on the panel.
सवाल वाल है.
You have I have the first hand here, and then I'll come back to you, sir. Yes.
इस तरह का जब इम्पोर्टेंट कॉज जब आता है तो एज अ ब्रांड एम्बेसडर काफ़ी ज़्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है, प्रेशर भी आता है आपके.
यार मैं अपने आप को कोई ब्रांड एम्बेसडर समझता ही नहीं हूँ. पहले तो मुझे लगता है कि मैं इस परिवार का एक सदस्य हूँ और जैसे कहते हैं यथाशक्ति जो मुझसे हो सकता है, चाहे कभी पैसे कम हो जाते हैं, प्रेशर पड़ जाता है कि भैया इस साल 100 बच्चियों की फीस नहीं आ रही, क्या करें, तो हम फ़ोन घुमाने लग जाते हैं या फिर अपनी चेक बुक निकाल लेते हैं, दोनों में से कोई एक कर लेते हैं. तो इस तरह का कोई प्रेशर मेरे हिसाब से नहीं है. अगर इफ़ यू डूइंग समथिंग दैट यू जेन्युइनली लव, if you feel connected to what you're doing, if you feel like a part of it, there's no pressure in it. And then you kind of enjoy it. The pressure is that I'm worried about these guys. I'm worried कि यहाँ मुंबई से कन्याकुमारी जाएंगे, ये ठीक ठाक पहुँच जाएं बस. Rickshaws are notoriously unstable. So I'm a little worried about them. Aside from that, there's no pressure at all. I hope you're taking an ambulance and
We have some. There was a gentleman here, please.
Regarding this particular, whatever donation is getting,
Yes.
is usable use only this Vrindavan community parts
Correct.
or other countries also done?
only the schools we have. We have 3 schools there, and we're hoping to build a 4th in Govardhanji, where the Govardhan Parvat is. So we're planning to build a 4th one. So this is basically just to educate. See, what happens is a lot of people come in for a annual donation कि भाई इस साल इस बच्ची का पूरे एजुकेशन का जिम्मा मैं लेता हूँ, मैं दे देता हूँ. Now some people come in and say every year till this girl goes to the 12th grade, till she goes through a high school or goes to college or even to university, I'll back her. But most people don't do that. Most people say चलो इस साल मैं ये करने वाला हूँ. So what happens is that those kids we know कि अगले साल कौन करेगा, तो उसके लिए हम कॉर्पस रेज करते रहते हैं.
Only for using on that area.
हाँ, हमारे स्कूल्स के लिए, हमारी बच्चियों के लिए. इट्स ओनली फोकस फॉर दैट. हम इतने बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं है.
Particularly आपने जो बताया
2,500 बच्चे हैं हमारे पास, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं है, तो रिलेटिवली स्मॉल.